I may or may not have underestimated the slam potential of the Coda Mire. I simply looked at it and went, nah, that's not enough, is it? But apparently it very much is, or so I have been told in the comments many a time. I do actually hope that I was wrong here, by the way, because, well, I love me a good slam build. So let us give it another shot and see whether it is as slamtastic as people say. So just a quick recap before we start. The Coda Mire does primarily toxin damage with still a decent amount of impact, slash and puncture. It sports an 18% crit chance with a 2.4 times crit multiplier and an absolutely enormous 40% status chance. The reason why people like it for slam builds is because, well, A, the slam is really big, but also B, the slam has a forced toxin proc on it, which now that we have proper slam scaling can actually hit really hard. This is still a really good build, by the way, and I would highly recommend it if you don't want to do a slam build, but today is all about the Slamma Jamma. We want to utilize this right here. Doesn't really matter which stance we use, so let's slap on Revenant, and I want to do a chill slam build. I don't want to fuff around with random stuff, I just want to slam the ground over and over and over again, so we'll most likely go the sacrificial route for some easy scaling, Elementalist for the status nonsense, and then a Reflex for the initial combo, because we want to have at least some combo build up. We'll actually use normal Organ Shatter for once. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to finagle the Valence around, because right now we have heat, and if I put in Voltaic Strike, yes, that gives us radiation. Not good, so we're gonna have to flip that over into electricity. Then we can do gas, like so, and we have gas and electricity. Lovely. Seismic Wave for the slam damage, and we top it off with Melee Influence, surprisingly enough, because, well, it's a dumb slam build with a bunch of status. I suppose we could run Dispatch Overdrive for some extra move speed. Let us see. Oosh. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. What about when stacked up? Oh, I totally underestimated it. Oh, I totally did. Let's Herald it up as well. Oh, that is very dumb. Very dumb, I like it. Also, I am running Nura's Hatred, I just normally run that on my Naros. And while we're at it, let's make it even more dumb with Avenger. See, this is exactly what I wanted from this. A chill as hell slam build that just does ridiculous damage. By the way, I do know you can roll out of slams like this. I don't do it because, like, why? This could definitely be optimized to do more damage and all that, but for the kind of content that I do, this is already an overkill. Ah, what a relaxing setup, you know, just a dumb slam build, no faffing around, you just go bonk and everybody's dead, Dave. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand how combo setups can be enjoyable, and also min-maxed setups, you know, you do everything you can to get as much damage out of something as possible, but when I'm farming something, I'm not gonna use a setup that needs like 5 buttons to work. Like, that ain't happening. Oof, that was a big hit. That's the beauty of this setup. It has massive upfront damage, but then it also has like a tractor of damage over time. I think we've established that I was indeed wrong. This is a Slamma Jamma and a half. I still can't decide whether I prefer this or the original light attack build, because that one was really good as well. Unfortunately, my dudes and dudettes, we're gonna have to cut this one a little bit short because I pinched a nerve in my back a few weeks ago. And when I sit for too long, it flares up and I can feel the nerve being compressed because I'm feeling tingling in my thumb, which is not good. So here's the final slam setup for the Coda Mire, specifically an electricity-based Coda Mire, because we're using the Valence electricity to trigger influence without having to mod for it. The stance doesn't matter because this is a pure slam build, so slap in whatever fits the polarity, and if you're feeling fancy, you can put Dispatch Overdrive into the Exiles for a bit of extra movement speed. As far as the mods go, we have Virulent Scourge and Volcanic Edge for gas, Seismic Wave for slam damage, Organ Shatter for crit damage, Galvanized Elementalist for status damage and status chance, Galvanized Reflex for the initial combo, and then Sacrificial Steel and Pressure for crit chance and base damage. Additionally, I was using Arcane Avenger for a bit of extra crit, and I also run Nira's Hatred on my Inaros just regularly because I like slam builds and this gives you more slam damage. And finally, I also have a priming pad, Good Boy Harold, a Hound, the Prime Scout, Viro, Impact, Heat, radiation, puncture and magnetic. This setup is an excellent mixture of front-loaded and back-loaded damage. The initial hit is very strong and so is the dot damage that follows. It's also extraordinarily simple and very fun. So yes, I would absolutely recommend you give it a shot, even if you're not into slam builds. And as always guys, I thank you very much for watching and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Then I would also like to extend a special thank you to all the channel members. Thank you very much guys, I really appreciate your support. It means a lot to me. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.